Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has become a controversial figure, with her leadership style and decision-making under constant scrutiny. Once hailed as a decisive and powerful leader, Henyard's tenure has been marred by scandals, legal battles, and accusations of financial mismanagement. While some defend her as a strong leader navigating challenging circumstances, others view her as a deeply flawed figure whose actions have pushed the town into a state of legal chaos, public outrage, and financial instability. One of the most contentious decisions during Henyard's time in office was her appointment of Ronald Burge as the new police chief. What seemed like a routine choice quickly escalated into a political and legal firestorm. Despite being warned multiple times, Henyard appointed Burge, who had an inactive certification with the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board (ILETS). Without this certification, Burge was not legally authorized to hold the position, which required him to carry a firearm and perform other police duties. Nonetheless, Henyard pushed through the appointment, triggering a series of legal disputes. The town's trustees opposed Burge's appointment, arguing that Henyard had violated village ordinances by failing to seek board approval or meet legal standards. Despite these objections, Henyard refused to back down, leading to an ongoing legal battle. The ILETS made it clear that Burge was unqualified, but Henyard remained steadfast in her decision, raising concerns that her leadership prioritized loyalty over competence. Critics suggested that her focus on consolidating power within her inner circle took precedence over the safety and legal integrity of the town. Burge's appointment was far from the only controversy that has clouded Henyard's leadership. Early in her term, she faced significant backlash for using taxpayer funds to finance lavish trips, expensive dinners, and even a private DJ at a Valentine's Day party. Critics condemned these expenditures as reckless, out of touch with the town's needs, and emblematic of Henyard's inability to manage public funds properly. Further allegations emerged regarding Henyard's appointments of individuals with questionable backgrounds to key positions, such as former police chief L. Lacey, who also had an inactive certification with ILETS. This pattern raised alarms that Henyard prioritized loyalty over competency and legal compliance, exacerbating concerns about her leadership. As these scandals mounted, Henyard found herself embroiled in personal legal battles as well. She is currently in a dispute with her landlord, Janetta Ho, over unpaid rent on a rental property. Reports suggest that Henyard and her partner, Kamal Woods, have attempted to avoid eviction proceedings by changing locks on the property, preventing necessary maintenance. These personal legal issues have only increased public concern about her ability to manage the town effectively while grappling with her own affairs. In addition to these personal troubles, Henyard has been accused of financial mismanagement in the town itself. Dolton is facing a growing budget deficit, and some vendors have reported that they haven't been paid for services rendered in months. Meanwhile, the town's essential services are being negatively impacted by these financial issues. The public is left questioning how their tax dollars are being spent and whether Henyard's lavish spending habits are siphoning funds away from the community's most pressing needs. The situation has taken a more alarming turn with the news that the FBI is investigating Henyard for potential financial misconduct, including the misuse of funds in both Dolton and Thoron Township, where she also serves as supervisor. The investigation focuses on questionable government contracts, excessive spending on personal luxuries, and other dubious financial practices. These revelations have fueled calls for Henyard's resignation and even sparked a potential recall effort. Despite the growing pressure, Henyard has remained defiant. She recently announced plans to run for a second term, despite mounting public outcry. Her initial election victory in 2021, when she garnered over 80% of the vote, now seems a distant memory, as each new controversy further erodes her public support. While some see her persistence as a sign of strength, others view it as a sign of an authoritarian streak. Henyard's refusal to acknowledge wrongdoing or make concessions has created a political climate marked by deep division, further undermining trust in her leadership. Henyard's personal life has also attracted scrutiny, with her ongoing eviction issues and relationship with Kamal Woods becoming topics of public fascination. Her personal and professional lives are increasingly intertwined, leading many to question her judgment and capacity to lead. Some even perceive her actions as indicative of someone who believes they are above the law, which has only fueled growing frustration among Dolton residents. As Henyard prepares for her re-election campaign, the question remains whether the people of Dolton will grant her another term. Her leadership has been increasingly overshadowed by scandals, legal battles, and personal issues. The public is questioning whether Henyard can effectively address the town's needs while grappling with her own difficulties. With each passing day, the situation in Dolton grows more precarious, and it seems increasingly unlikely that Henyard will be able to salvage her political career. Her financial mismanagement, ongoing legal battles, and refusal to address public concerns have left Dolton at a crossroads. Residents are calling for accountability, but Henyard continues to deflect blame, refusing to take responsibility for the town's struggles. The question now is whether she can regain the public's trust or whether her time in office will be defined by scandal and failure. The stakes have never been higher, and with mounting legal and financial pressures, it remains to be seen whether Henyard will be able to weather the storm or if Dolton will be forced to chart a new path forward.